It's Saturday morning and I'm swatching out some new colors today.
So today I'm going to swatch the Haze set from Schmincke's Supergranulation series. And the Haze set consists of the Haze Pink, the Haze Blue, the Haze Indigo, the Haze Brown, and the Haze Black. So the first color is the Haze Pink. And this is what it looks like on the tray. Seems like a violet, which is not surprising. So here's my acetone. Dip in water. And now for the undertones. So the pigments are PR233, the Potter's Pink, and PB36, probably called the cerulean blue, if I'm not wrong. That's what I'm reading. So it's a pink and a blue, and that seems accurate because I can see those already cropping up on the paper. And I would say it's a unique pink, and we'll wait for it to dry out and see what it gives us. So the next color is the Haze Blue, and it has PB29, which is a ultramarine blue, of course, and PBR7, which is raw umber, and PY43, which is yellow ochre. So it has a raw umber, it has a yellow ochre, so some content of yellowish, yellow and brown, and it has the blue. So I would say I'm expecting more of a green, but we'll see what it gives us. So that's the acetone. Dip on paper. Sorry, dip in water. And now for the undertones. Strangely, it does not give me a greenish feeling yet. Let me try and get something right out of the tube so that we can experience the absolute acetone here. So here you go. There you go. So that's the acetone. Almost a deep blackish blue, which is kind of a surprise for me. So Haze Blue is an interesting blue. It has ultramarine blue, a brown, and a yellow ochre. And initially when I put it down on paper, I was expecting, or even before I got it out of the tube, I was expecting a sort of a greenish blue, but I don't think it is. The yellow and the blue sort of, tint the paper separately, which is so characteristic of the Supergranulation series. Like the colors don't mix together to give you a homogeneous hue. They sort of float separately, and they tint different parts of paper and give you sort of a pattern. So we're already seeing that as it's drying. So the next color is Haze Indigo. And the pigments here are PB29, which is ultramarine blue, PG26, which is a cobalt green, and PBR33. I believe the PBR33 is mahogany brown. So it has a green, a brown, and a blue. So let's see. Very deep. Dip in water. And let's look at the undertone now. I'm trying to get a bloom because what I've noticed in the Supergranulation series, the blooms are extremely rewarding. So we'll see. Just an initial observation, it does not look too far away from the blue. It is intense though, but it seems in the same color range. The next one is the Haze Brown. The pigments are PBK 11, which is Mars Black, and PBR 7, which is the raw umber. So a black and an umber. This is the mass tone here. Beautiful. I absolutely love this. This is a blackish brown, and there's something really beautiful about this color. I know I'm going to use this. Let's look at the undertone here. A lot of water. And then we'll let it bloom and see. So that's Haze Brown for you. The last in the series is the Haze Black, and the pigments are PBK 11, the Mars Black, and PBR 33, the Mahogany Brown. So let's see what it does on paper. And I get very excited when I see different kind of blacks. I have an affinity towards black pigments. I have to confess that. So this is a Haze Black, and it's a black all right, very shiny. So I'm getting a mass tone very easily here. So that's for me and my style, that's a good sign. I seek the mass tone in my paintings, so I always look for that. Now let's take a look at the undertones. So a generous amount of water here, and there we go. So we'll see how that dries out. I want to hold on my comments and we'll come back and see. And while these are drying, I want to give you a peek at the tray. Again, as I am swatching the Supergranulation series, and after swatching, at least this is my 4th set or 5th set, I don't know, I am noticing a pattern. I'm noticing a pattern that these colors actually are not completely homogeneously mixed. There's something in them that makes them float separate from each other. Each pigment in the same tube floats separately. I'm not a chemist, but something I mean, just basic chemistry would tell me that the size of the particles can make you do that. I'm on thin ice here, so don't quote me. But that's the interesting part. I mean, look at the palette. The palette itself is very intriguing. Here the blue and the yellow are completely separated. In the pink, the green and the Potter's pink is separated. And you'll see a similar pattern here with the Haze Blue, the Haze Indigo, and not so much in the black and the brown. So the colors have dried out, and here are some of my observations. For a haze theme, this palette seems a little bit more tilted towards a night haze than a day haze or a morning haze, you know. And by that I mean that I was able to achieve the mass tones very easily and very dark, deep values easily here. And 3 or 4 colors out of the 5 indicate night haze to me. You know, they seem like the colors I would use to get a haze scene at night. Maybe blue is something that I can use for a morning fog, but I'm not sure if I would use that much of a gray or that much of a black or indigo. I was somehow expecting these pigments to behave more like the Shire pigments, where the mass tone was hard to get and they were like more dreamy. I'm not saying that I'm disappointed. There's enough in the granulation series to do a morning haze, but these 5 colors would not suffice if I were doing that kind of a painting. So I live in Michigan, and we do experience haze and fog here, and foggy days to me are quite beautiful. And actually those are the days when I get my camera out and I click some photos, and here are some that you can see. You know, so to me that's the haze scene. And honestly, I do try to do a painting like that, and I haven't been very successful in capturing this. So that would be my motivation. And you know, if I am doing that kind of a painting, I would just reach out for this palette, obviously, because it is marketed that way. And I'm missing some of the grays and the green. So that is the criticism I would have for this palette. Individually, these colors are quite beautiful, you know. So do like the pink a lot. I mean, for a blue and a red to come together this way, like I said, it has it's a very beautiful, soft, dusty kind of violet. I definitely use it, and I do a lot of florals, and I think I can see that I can use these in florals. The blue is especially beautiful, perhaps the favorite in these 5. I like the fact that the yellow kind of separates out and gives me the, you know, makes it appearance separate from the blue. I do love the brown as well. The undertone is yellowish and warm, and it has a dark and a shiny mass tone, almost like a black. So this is the kind of brown I really love, especially for trunks. So brown can be a struggle sometimes. I can get this deep and dark mass tone, but this kind of undertone I don't think I can achieve without mixing one or two of my own colors. So again, it is achievable if you have other pigments, but I'm saying it's kind of nice to have a brown already for you. It's quite convenient, and more than that, it is reliable. Like, you know what you're going to get if you get it out of the tube and you have tried it. So overall, I think these are good colors, but do they form the complete haze palette? I think not.